Alright, looks like we're on. I'm back. Sorry, there was technical difficulties. Apparently, I had to download other software besides the webcam utility to make sure that it didn't run it as like a flash drive kind of thing. Because it was trying to load the pictures from the camera all of a sudden, and then I couldn't see on OBS, so it was like going on. So I had to download something, install it, and then turn it off. This is the weirdest thing. But it's working now, and I think I got it all figured out. Alright, so we're gonna get back to the pixel art here, and just keep moving here. Took me a little bit, but I'm ready. Alright, yeah, everything looks like it's working. Oh, that was the end of the song, apparently. Something. No, just a glitch in the software. Okay. Yeah, get things up here. Okay, things are better situated. Everything's still going from last time, basically. Alright. Oh, don't tell me this is broken now. Sometimes this gets stuck on the wrong screen, it's the weirdest thing. Where's the tray? Says it's the right monitor, but it wasn't. Doesn't seem to be working all of a sudden. Maybe it's the pen? No, that's not the pen. More than likely, the pen's probably working on another screen and I'm not seeing it. Huh. That's so weird. If it's not one thing, it's the other, right? Probably gonna crash everything. That's so weird. Yeah, last time this happened, I couldn't figure it out. But then later, I realized it was this thing. And, the monitor. Why? And the other pen's been plugged in this whole time, so it should work if this one's not working, right? Oh no. Why did it stop? It's always technical difficulty. Well, not always, but seems like always. What can I do here? Where'd that thing go? Ay, 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 ay. I don't think this will work. So I can't get anything to work. Probably shouldn't have done that. I can do it with the mouse. I don't think that works. Whoa. You can change the brightness. Oh no, it's just telling me what it's set at. What a strange name for a song, $24.99. It was really upsetting. One of these buttons over here kind of screws things up, I remember that. Maybe I can unscrew things by hitting them all. No. Well, this sucks. What the heck? I don't know why it would just stop. Or the USB cable. Plug it back in. See if this works. There it is. Yay, I fixed it. Okay. That took forever. 6 minutes and 36 seconds. Excuse me, to be exact. Alright. That's where I was. Drawing this mucky smoke. Excuse me. I got that one. Gotta get this one. Microphone's like right where the G button is. So yeah, I got my exercises in, ate some food. I watched something. I don't know what it was. While I was eating. It wasn't very long though. Oh, you know, I watched, oh, it's just the wrong one. Not gonna help me. I was watching, Indie Gamiac's, little vlog. Like a 5-minute vlog. And that was kinda cool. Talking about the dev chats. And I was a part of one of those, so it was interesting. It sounds like he's gonna keep going in that direction, so I like that. I'm excited for that because those are really cool. Actually, I got involved in a chat last night on stream, and that was not through my own stream, but it was fun. Dude, Michael was pretty cool. A little drunk, but you know, whatever. Funky smoke. Right. More chunk on this guy. Pretty good. Yep. Moving forward. Yeah, I like this track. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's that Tiasu. I don't usually like this guy's stuff or this person's stuff, but I'm gonna like this one. Kind of reminds me of Pandora. You know, it's funny because like Pandora was popular for a long time, and it probably still is kind of popular to a degree. I think. Oh, sorry, my neck just like needs to crack. I think Pandora is still popular to a degree. People use it in their cars and stuff, I think. Oh. But there's like a lot of ads and stuff unless you pay for it or something. I don't think anyone really pays for it. Anyways, what I was trying to say was that I started listening to Pandora like really early when it was just on PC, right? You had to go on the internet, and the internet wasn't on phones yet, so yeah, it was pretty early. Also, they had a late start with the phones. They were on PC only for like 2 or 3 years before they even started with the mobile app. Also, it was like slow beginnings for them. It really was. Until finally, like a year in or something like that, I think the Foo Fighters and like a whole bunch of other big artists joined. But it sucked because after that, every third song was the Foo Fighters, even like if you were on some other station, because there just wasn't enough music yet. And they just, I mean, every third song is an exaggeration, but it felt like every third song, you know? I think part of the problem was that I like some Foo Fighters, right? Like The Color and the Shape and the first album, the self-titled album. Those ones are actually pretty good. Like I still listen to them. But everything after that, like, whoa, got really bad really fast. Like Learning to Fly was okay, I guess, but I was really young when I enjoyed it. I don't think I'd really enjoy it as much now, and I don't really enjoy it much now, to be honest. Like if I hear it, I don't like, oh yeah, they gotta listen to this. I usually just turn it off because it's not something that I'm really like trying to get nostalgic about. You know, like, you know, I don't know. There's time and place for music like that. It was like Filter, you know. I used to like Filter when I was younger. Kind of grew out of it. It's kind of fine. I don't know. Still good tunes though. Even Filter's later stuff, there was a few good jams on there, but like it's hard to listen to now. Hey man, nice shot, you know. That was like my childhood right there, you know. I think it was on the Cable Guy soundtrack, and I remember seeing that movie in the theaters, you know. I actually had, my stepbrother had a copy of this CD. Actually, it wasn't even a copy, it was a real CD it was called Buzzbin, MTV's Buzzbin, and that was you know, it's a pretty good album. I remember I ended up with it in my CD collection for a long time. I think I enjoyed it more than he did. It had like White Zombie on it. It had actually had Blind Melon on it. It had what were we listening to? Some of these people are just all over the board. What else did it have on there? I think it had R.E.M. The Cranberries, I remember that. It was like that like mid-90s alternative scene music. Like when it got really good, that's when they put out that Buzzbin album. I can't remember what volume it was. I know there was a few different volumes. I think it might have been the first one. But yeah, you know, I used to like a lot of metal back in the day. Metal was like my thing. And then it's weird. I mentioned Blind Melon earlier. I started seeing this girl who's really into Blind Melon. She's still really into Blind Melon, and I am too, to be honest. I really like Blind Melon. I've seen Blind Melon a couple times after the singer died, of course, but they had that second singer for a bit, and that was actually really cool. There's actually a video of well, Shannon Hoon was the original singer, and he died from drugs and self-neglect and that kind of stuff. I think it was a cocaine overdose, I think is what it was, or something like that. I'm not really sure. But it was basically a drug suicide kind of thing. Not early suicide, but like, what else are you doing at that point, right? If you're not killing yourself, what are you doing? Took things too far, I guess. But anyways, he had a daughter, and she was really young when he died, which is super sad. But what's cool is that she actually got on stage and sang with the band, right? Because there was a song called Mouthful of Cavities that Shannon Hoon did with one of his fans who's she was like at a show or something, and kept telling the singer that she was a singer and that she could sing. And eventually he's like, okay, let's hear you sing, and she sang, and he really liked it. So they got her information, they brought her to the recording studio when they were recording that next album, and she made it onto the album. And so when I saw Blind Melon with the new singer, who also had a drug problem, which is why he ended up having to leave the band, or why the band stopped, right? It's kind of sad. But Shannon Hoon's daughter got on stage and sang that part of the song. It was really fun. I didn't see that, unfortunately, because that only happened at a few different places. But I saw the video, and that's online, and you can check it out. It's totally cool. But yeah, I kind of went down this like hippie music type thing. I started going to a lot of festivals and seeing a lot of jam bands, and making psychedelic art and selling it, and that whole thing. Just kind of experiencing that whole life, and I had a lot of fun doing that stuff. But I kind of moved on from that because the people were not really evolving, and it seemed like that was the thing at first, like, oh, like evolving, but it was almost more like they had decided that their lifestyle was an evolved way of lifestyle, and they no longer needed to evolve. And it was like, I don't know, they're slower than I am when it comes to evolution, the hippie jam band scene. So when I started evolving, they were going in a different direction, like the EDM scene. Like, I like EDM and stuff, but I like what they call IDM, like intelligent dance music, which is a pretty crappy name, really. Sounds a little pretentious, right? Because I don't know, still like dance music. Anyways, the whole drum and bass scene changed into dubstep, which was okay at first, and then the dubstep was no longer very good, and some people went back to drum and bass, which is cool, but most of those people were still pretty influenced by what was going on because they had to get shows, right? So they had to kind of have a dubstep kind of vibe, even though they were still mostly drum and bass, and that was kind of crappy. And EDM went through some vast shifts during the mid 2000s when it became popular all of a sudden. Because prior to that, EDM was actually nerd music, believe it or not. Like, nerd in a way, like it was unpopular, right? It was unpopular as far as music listening goes. If you listen to like AC/DC or Metallica, you know, like in the 90s, that was popular. Um, Even the grunge stuff, Green Day and the punk stuff and all that stuff, you know, like um, that was far more popular. The Britney Spears, the Justin Timberlake, all that stuff was way more popular. But there was EDM. It wasn't the only stuff that was getting any popular at all was Moby. It was like what they call big beat. It's a genre from UK. We don't really hear that phrase out here in the US, but you know, I do a lot of research in music. I actually love the genre. I would love for it to come back. And I have a feeling it probably will in maybe 10, 20 years. But who else? Chemical Brothers, Crystal Method. I can't think of the. Oh, Basement Jaxx. Yeah, I really liked Basement Jaxx when I was in high school. They did that, Where's Your Head At? And, that sample from Gary Newman. I didn't even know it was a Gary Newman sample at the time. I didn't really know Gary Newman outside of Cars. I didn't recognize the sample, but, I loved that sample. It's interesting because like one of the main reasons why I like that band was because of the sample, or that group. I think it's two DJs. A lot of those big band groups are the Chemical Brothers. I think is two DJs. It's funny though, because Aphex Twin gets lumped in with that sometimes because some people mispronounce Aphex Twin as Aphex Twins, which is kind of funny to anyone who's been listening to Aphex Twin this whole time, you know? Like, even, my friend from last night I was talking to, said that they loved Aphex Twins, and I was like, oh, yeah, Aphex Twin's great, and they're like, yeah, no, Aphex Twins, they're awesome. It's like, oh man, that to me is pretty funny. But what are you gonna do, you know? But I do actually really like Big Beat. Like I said, it would be cool to learn the genre. Maybe after I get through making synthwave, I guess. Or maybe I'll take elements of synthwave and put Big Beat elements into it. Something like that. Big Beat's just a little bit slower, or a little bit faster. I can't really remember than the current tempo that I've been working on, which is kind of a synthwavy tempo. 110 is where I've been at recently. Prior to that, I was doing a 90. When I first started, I was actually using 120 because it was the default tempo. It's funny, you know, I was like, person I was talking to last night, they were talking about how because they're a producer as well. They've only been doing it a couple years, and they do it all in piano roll. And that's how I started too, was to just use the mouse and click in your MIDI notes, and then, you know, add your effects and all that stuff, mixing and all that. Yeah, he mentioned something that kind of was interesting to me. He said that he was disappointed that he sold his first recordings because they weren't very good. He didn't know how to master or mix or anything like that. He sold them anyways, and he felt bad afterwards. It's interesting to me. I mean, I guess I could imagine it, but at the same time, I wouldn't have sold stuff that didn't sound good. But I don't know. There was a point where I made stuff that didn't sound good because I didn't know how to master it, but I didn't try to sell it. Was the thing. Yes. You know, but it was a lot more work to sell music back then. That whole ASCAP BMI thing, I forget the other one. There's a few of them, I think, or four, like 3 or 4 of them that you can choose from. To like make it all legit and stuff like that for licensing and stuff. Like there's a lot to that. You have to pay like a certain amount like per year or something like that, I think. I'm not sure the ins and outs of it. I've never done it before, but some of my friends have. Sounds like a big pain in the ass to me. I just put stuff up on the internet and hand it out to people. I've been doing it that way forever. Of course, I've never really tried to get known. And that's another thing he was getting at me before. He's like, "Well, you need to market yourself for music stuff." It's like, I don't really care about that. I just do it all for my game. And you know, like I'll play it on stream sometimes. You know, I get kind of bored with it because doing a lot of streaming. But yeah, you know, I was making music for a long time, right? So I started in bands in like 4th grade, playing bass and stuff. That was actually a really strange experience too, because like I had these friends that were like, "Let's start a band," and I was like there all the time because I lived close by, and apparently like I don't know, I just assumed that people liked me when I was a kid. But I don't think people did, and like my mom would always be like, "Oh, you should go be with your friends or something." I don't know. She was always trying to get me to be social, and I think my friends got annoyed with me because of how often I was trying to be social or something. I'm not really sure exactly what happened. I wasn't a very social person, so I didn't really know what the heck was going on. I was just very involved in my own thinking, in my own head, you know. But yeah. So that frame needs this here. Oh. So yeah, I annoyed these kids, I think, and eventually I found a new bass player. But it wasn't that easy because I was like crying or something like that, and my mom called someone such's mom, and that mom called the other mom, and so everyone's mom pitched in to try to get me back in the band for the talent show. This was like seventh grade, so or sixth grade. So it was a little embarrassing for me, but I did get to play. It was weird because I had this big amp, and they were like, "Oh, we need to use your amp." I was just like, dude, I can't just use my amp, you know. So I got to use my big amp and play with the second as a second bassist or whatever, and that was a little weird, but you know, look at music today. You get double bass lines synchronized all the time. It was groundbreaking. But after the talent show, I was moving anyways, so that was it. Everyone just kind of was like, whatever. And they stayed a band. They were playing like rockabilly music by the time I moved back to that same area, like 10 years later or something like that. And I walked the same route to school as the one, because we lived by each other, you know. So we would see each other walking to and from school, sometimes smoking cigarettes, and he'd had his like reserve cigarettes in his shirt and like his pompadour and stuff, and we would just chat for a minute or whatever. I think we walked together a couple times, but you know, I always kind of felt like that kid was like guilted into being my friend, and that didn't really feel good. But I don't know, we kind of like put that behind us, I guess, and yeah. And then later in college, I was going to school with his drummer, and I didn't realize it until like halfway through. And, yeah, so I think I talked to him at least once again on Facebook, and that was it in like what 2012 or 13 or something like that. But yeah, after I moved, first thing I did was start a band with these other kids. So what was that, like when I was 13 or so? Maybe 12? Now, this other band, the drummer, Ryan, is sadly no longer with us anymore. He was my best friend. But Ryan, he had like the jam pad, you know, the drum set, and so he had another band. Because he also went to two schools basically, because he was like special ed. So the one school that I went to was out in the middle of nowhere where his district was or whatever. But we didn't have any you know, special learning or anything like that, or whatever they call it. So he would take the bus to the next closest school that did, which was, you know, 15-minute drive away or whatever. So yeah, he knew students from both schools. So he was in a band with other students that he was, you know, going to school with and stuff. He was actually really popular at both schools. So I met my first friends through his friends, because I was going to such a small school. There's only one other boy in my class. There's a few boys in the class ahead of me. Actually, I think there was only 2 girls in the class ahead of me. But I didn't get along with everyone. It was kind of a rural area. I'm not sure. That was just too distracting. Yeah. Oops, I did it again. Alright. So yeah, started the band with Sean and Ryan. Sean played guitar, so I was bass. Naturally, me and Sean decided we would both sing, and we did a talent show that next year, and we did Sliver and Territorial Pistons, I think. And Damn It from Blink-182. We did 3 songs. And honestly, the crowd loved it. We did really good. Everyone was having a blast, except for this one little kid who was crying the whole time because it was too loud. He was holding it. We got a picture of it. It was good. With this old digital camera that had a floppy drive on it. Oh my god, it was so old. And there was a little video. Whoever was shooting it brought extra floppies so they could take video of us. So there's a little clip of me like singing or something like that. I can't really remember. All that stuff's gone now. I had it on a floppy just for the longest time. I think it got thrown away. We were called the Misled Youth. And yeah, we would like, for the show, we like greased up our hair and like had like a belt that was hanging off the belt loops and stuff. Like we had like wallet chains that we thought were like really cool, because this is like, you know, grade school, right? Or junior high. And like ripped up clothes, right? And band shirts and shit. We'd have duct tape and electrical tape, different colored electrical tape, as like, I think it was, yeah, orange electrical tape that said Misled Youth on the drum head. And like wrapped around the microphone stands and stuff like that. we were into the electrical tape, black and orange electrical tape. Which is funny, I still have electrical tape on one of my cables now. I needed it to make sure no one would steal it at the time. But I was doing a lot of damage. like I said, I've been playing music my whole life. So so from misled youth, after grade school, we all went to different. Well, me and Ryan went to the same high school, but he was still in Seahorse. Was the name of his other band, and they did 2 talent shows, where we only did one. Actually, no, we did 2, but Ryan couldn't make it to one of them, so it was just me and Sean. Me and Sean stayed friends for a little bit, but I ended up having to move after an overdose was what happened. So Sean was addicted to Vicodin. He was getting like I don't know where he was getting it from. I think he had a prescription or something. I don't know where he was getting it from. But he was always like into harder shit, you know. He was like selling opium and stuff like that. This was in junior high, so you know, he had like access to acid, and he had experimented a lot more than I had at the time. But yeah, one day he had like 4 of these Vicodins, and he was gonna eat them all. And we were drinking because I was planning a birthday party for myself, and I had ended up with a bottle of booze that my brother gave me. It was a really big, long story, really. My brother had thrown this party and wanted me to cover for him. I was like, well, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for throwing this party, so I can cover for you if you get me some booze. Because I needed booze for the party, right? I couldn't have a party without the booze. And, yeah, so I had the booze. And then the party fell apart because I couldn't get a ride. And, the only person interested in going to this party was my ex-girlfriend, who was single, and, had to convince her parents that there was going to be parental supervision at the party, which she thought I could pull off by lying, which I'm not a good liar. I hate lying, right? I'm not someone who lies. So, it was kind of funny, actually, when she came to the driveway. Oh, what's going on? When her family pulled up, she got out of the car. There's like 3 people in the car, 4 people. She got out of the car and ran up to me and gave me a big hug and whispered in my ear something about like a big lie that I should say. And like, I got so wasted. I was so smashed because I didn't know what I was doing. I was drinking Rumpelmans and Kool-Aid. So So when her mom got to me, she just walked up slowly and asked me, you know, so where are your parents at? And I was like, they're at a wedding. And instantly I knew I said the wrong thing, but I said the truth. And then at that point, Barbara was really upset. And her mom called her a liar. It was this big whole thing. I was like so out of it, I didn't know what the heck was going on. But yeah, I wasn't really into being like used like that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I really had no idea what was going on. So eventually I passed out in like apparently the girls' bathroom of a gas station. When we had gone to the gas station, I guess I had gotten out of the car to use the toilet, and I fell on the floor in the girls' bathroom or something like that. And these girls told I guess there was girls in there, so they told my friend or something like that. Or someone saw it. I don't really know what happened. I was blacked out at this point. So they dropped me off at my house, and I guess they left me for a little bit, and my brother came back and saw me, and I guess he said I was like sweating. So he like tried to get me to throw up, but I had taken one of those Vicodins. I didn't want my friend to take 4, so I wasn't gonna throw up. And he like slammed my head against the toilet, I guess, on accident. He said it, and I had a concussion from that, so that sucked. But like my face was all messed up, and like, puffy and shit. But there was like vomit all over me because they eventually pumped my stomach. And well, I guess as soon as I got to the ambulance, they call it ambulance, and I guess my friends came back too, because my friend like had another friend who was like training to be an EMT, and he came and was like, "You guys need to call an ambulance." So that's what they did. I guess as soon as the ambulance came, I just filled the ambulance with vomit. And I guess it was really disgusting. But yeah, I had blue hair because I had just dyed my hair blue, and it was like still fresh. So like, you know how if you ever dyed your hair with those funky colors or whatever, that color stays in there for like 2 or 3 days. Even if you like wash it like 3 or 4 times each day, like there's still blue coming out. So all the vomit mixed with the blue had like dyed my skin blue. It was disgusting. It was just absolutely 100% disgusting. And when I woke up, I was still drunk. So I'm like in the hospital bed, in the gown, drunk and startled because I can't like speak, right? And they like pulled the respirator out of my throat, which hurt like hell. I mean, it wasn't that bad really, but it hurt. But then they pulled out the stomach pump from my nose, because that's where they put it in. Yeah, that dragged like vomit up. It was really, really disgusting. I'll keep doing the same thing. But then next they went for the catheter and pulled the catheter out, and I was just like, holy cow, triple whammy, you know. And that was my morning. I think it was some point in the afternoon, but that's how I woke up that day. And it was like not long after. Maybe it was, but I don't remember it being very long. An investigator was asking me questions, like a detective from the police. And I remember, because I was still drunk, but I remember like just spouting lies about all the drugs that I was into. It was like crazy. I was like so angry that I like took out all my anger on this detective, but by being dishonest to him. It was a very strange thing. I wasn't in any position to do anything else. Wasn't ready to talk about, you know, that stuff in front of my folks, and I don't know. I was really, really drunk. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Felt like I was being taken advantage of. And then they like wheeled me out in a bed to the hospital. I mean, to the ambulance. And they drove me in a bed in an ambulance to the nearest psych ward, which is like 45 minutes away, which is actually down the street from my mom's house. And along that same walk that me and my friend Bill were walking back and forth from school. So near my high school. And also, I would go back to this building for NA meetings later after I finally got out. Actually, I was only there for 4 days. It was like a thing because there's all the legal stuff with my folks because I had to switch homes because my parents are split. So I was moving into my mom's place from my dad's place, and there's like schools that need to be switched, all this stuff, and legalities concerned because it all happened in a different county than where I was moving to and all that stuff. So it took like 4 days for the lawyers to sort that shit out, and for a vacancy to open up at the rehab, where they shoved me afterwards for 30 days. But after the 30-day inpatient at the rehab, I ended up having to do 90-day outpatient, which I didn't actually graduate from. Now, what happened with that was also quite interesting. I was doing great. I was 9 months sober and just about to graduate. And for some reason, well, like normal, I was there early all the time. My mom would like go to the mall and drop me off or whatever. And I did the same thing almost every time. If I had to use the bathroom, I'd say, do I have a urine drop because I've got to go. And they'd check, and then I would go to the bathroom if I didn't have one, and if I did, I would just hold my bladder, you know. But yeah, they said no, you're free to go, and I guess they were like, they thought I was like cheating the test that way or something like that. So, like 30 minutes. Maybe less than 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later, the guy comes out and he says, "Oh, you've got a drop today." And I'm like, "Oh, I just went." He's like, "Oh, well, that's okay. Just drink a lot of water. You'll go again." And then, so I did. I drank a lot of water. And at the end, I went to the bathroom. And it was like clear, right? But it was, the temperature passed, you know what I mean? So, I didn't know what was up because, you know, I was completely sober that whole time, so, like, I was assuming that I'd passed. But, surprisingly, when I made it to the next one, they said, everyone read your drug results, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, this passed, this passed," and then mine didn't say passed on it. It said inconclusive. And I was like, you know, thought it was a pass as well, like, because I knew that I had taken any drugs, you know? So they're like, you need to read that again, right? I was like, yeah, specific gravity, blah, 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 you know? So and it's like, oh, specimen was diluted. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But, like, that means that you probably put toilet water. And I was like, no, I passed the temperature test. How is that possible? And they're like, I don't know, but you have to take another test. And they said that I failed because of it. That's what it was. They didn't even say I had to take another test. It was weird. But then what I realized later was that there was some political bullshit going on, right? My mom, like I said, lived in a different county than where they made their judgment calls. So what my mom had told me was that I had to go to rehab or I had to go to juvie. And that just was not true. It was a lie. So, and I believed her. Because I was dumb. I thought she cared about me. I guess she does. She just doesn't know how to care about people very well. She, eventually the counselors were on my side and didn't want me to have to go through all of this, right? Because it was bullshit. I don't know, it was weird. It was like the counselors pushed me out of there and then told me that my mom had been lying to me. It was a very strange experience. So I was like in tears because I thought I'd have to go to juvie over a drug test that I didn't actually fail. And they're like, no, you just don't have to come back. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, there's this court order. And they're like, no, there's not. It's like, yes, there is. They're like, no, there's not. It was really, really rough. I don't think my mom ever picked up on how rough that was for me. It's hard to talk to her about stuff like that now because she just goes, "Oh, I did everything wrong. I was the worst parent ever." Like, can't you just like own up to the things that you did? I don't know. Probably why I don't want to be a parent. So yeah. What did I do? Started abandoned rehab. Literally, yeah. So as soon as I get there, the roommate they stick me with has a BC Rich guitar, which is like a metal, like it had a widow headstock on it, you know, like the spikes on it and stuff like that. So I knew he was a metalhead, and I was a metalhead. And then this other dude was like a hippie dude, but he was in the rock, so he was like kind of metal, you know. Like we all liked rock, like we all got into, you know, jams. And we all liked video games too. The three of us, we got along really well. And eventually, you know, people cycled out and stuff like that. And eventually, I got to bring my own guitar. And then, Danny showed up. And Danny was a big Nirvana fan. Which all of my friends from my old junior high, we were all big Nirvana fans. You know, we played those two Nirvana songs at at those talent shows. Excuse me. And he played guitar. So when he brought his guitar and I had my guitar, the other dude had already left. So we were jamming together, you know? And we had each other's phone numbers in our big books. So, like, we knew that we were both, like, see, same kind of thing happened to him. He was in, like, a overdose type situation and was switching parents as well, I believe, is what happened, or something like that. Or, I don't know, what ended up happening was he was going to school in Naperville North, and I was going to school in Naperville Central, so we were actually not that far away, really. Those schools are actually quite close together. It's just a really pretty big city for like being a suburb. So naturally, we just started hanging out all the time, and going to meetings all the time, and smoking cigarettes together, and drinking coffee, and you know, finding a few different drummers to play with. Mostly it was just the two of us, to be honest. But we wrote songs. We would record them. I don't think we have anything recorded anymore, but we did. We recorded. We used to hang the mic, which was the way to do it when you're in high school. But yeah, my mom was still dating this asshole guy. I don't like that, actually. I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, this asshole guy who was actually abusive to me, like early in life, and he was kind of starting up on his old ways, and you know, demanding that I follow his rules. get my ass kicked type thing, and it was not. I was getting old. I was getting old for that. You know what I mean? I was like 16 at the time, so I just took my mom's car and ran away from home, and it didn't last very long. You know, I was dating a girl, and I brought her with me, and one of her friends just like tagged along. It was the weirdest thing. I probably could have gotten in trouble for it, but I was still 16, so there wasn't much they could do, and that was part of my plan, right? And then when my mom, you know, didn't press charges, I was like, well, thanks for not ruining my life, Mom. But I'm gonna keep running away until you just let me go. So, and then she let me go. And then I went to live at the lake house, which is where I was living when I'd run away. I only made it like 2 days, because they figured out where I was. You know, I didn't really make myself hard to find. I just didn't want to be abused. Yeah. Making sure I'm on the right layer. So, I had my own jam pad at that point. So naturally, within the next year, I started another band. This band was a metal band, and we played almost every day. Never got good. We got very, very drunk all the time. When we jam, we'd get drunk when we jam, and we'd record. We'd hang the mic, we'd record. We made a CD. I sang some of the songs, but we had a singer who was dedicated to it. There was just one day that he didn't show up, that I started singing on the recording, and it turned out good, and he got a little bit jealous, but you know, we didn't play any shows ever. The singer actually ended up having to go to prison, or jail or something. I think he had to go to jail and then prison. He's out now, I think. Yeah, I seen his stuff on Facebook still. Yeah, that was really weird because it was kind of rednecky, like the area that I was living in. So, like, the singer was really into Pantera, which at the time, you know, I liked Pantera music and stuff. I didn't realize how racist they were. You know, it's extremely racist music. Looking at it now, and I can't really appreciate it anymore. But I used to enjoy the guitars and stuff. But yeah, I was like in the Cradle of Filth at the time, and Neurosis, stuff like that. Moving right along here. Oh shit. Yeah, so we didn't play any shows. We played in front of people, but only when they come to see us practice. It was a weird thing. In fact, one time we were really drunk. We would get drunk every night. Someone found out that was the case. I think I just like blabbed about it at school. I don't know. I was always like ditching school, and I lived in Morris half the time when I wasn't playing with the band. So it was either I was with the band or I was in Morris. And a lot of times the band would be at the house anyways because my brother would be there. So he would like let them hang out, you know? Sometimes. There was a point where my brother was selling drugs and a whole bunch of people stole the drugs that he stashed. And my friends got blamed for it, which is crazy because my friends weren't the ones that stole it. Oh, that was only one. Look at the rest of them. But yeah, I was still friends with them until college. But while I was in college, I started playing in a different band. I think actually that first year. Or maybe it was right before college. It was. Yeah, before college I started playing in a different band. Yeah, and we were going through different singers because our singer was living in Florida. Um, at one point I ended up singing for that band. And that was like a metal band. Yeah, I remember. And then there's a video where the singer came back from Florida and was because we were doing shows at my house because I had the jam pad. And my friend Ryan was the singer, so there's a video of him like banging his head and I'm singing and stuff. It's not on the internet, I don't think, but there's a couple of those on the internet. But actually, there's this one called "Three Little Pigs," the cover that we did from Green Jello, and that one actually is pretty cool. It's only got like 100 views or 200 views or something like that, but because the audio sucks. The audio is terrible. We had like this handy cam. It was my handy cam, and it just didn't pick up the bass. Right, the bass just blow it out completely. So you had to like put it like a mile away from the music if you wanted to record the music on the thing. What I should have done was gotten some tissue paper and just taped it over the microphone, because that would help a lot. But I didn't know that stuff back then. I suppose cloth would work even better, because paper would kind of rattle maybe. Like just slightly. So yeah, and then we also did, I ended up playing guitar for that band for quite a bit when the singer moved back from Florida and took his position back. We were doing a lot of Led Zeppelin covers. There's a few videos of that online, of me playing guitar in the band. Still with unfortunate audio. In fact, I think that's the way I described it on the video. And it sucks because those are like the last videos of Ryan singing in my band. You know, he eventually I got kicked out of that band, which was really hard on me. It was really hard on me. But I was already in another band, so because I had started a electronica band with this other group around like 2007, so like a couple years into college. I had started making electronic music and started doing production stuff and DJing, actually, because Ryan had turntables and he didn't really use them. And when he was living at my place for a bit, that was just part of the story I left out, I ended up using the turntables a lot. And he ended up just letting me have them for a bit. I think he ended up taking them back at one point, but yeah. Go back because I ripped the feet off of them and I didn't realize you couldn't put them back on. Yeah, I was using like CD cases as feet afterwards. I was like, ugh, sorry, dude. But I was still learning, I guess. And then around 2008, I bought my own turntables. CDJ turntables, which was perfect for me because I was doing all that production stuff, so I could just burn CDs of the music I was producing and then spin them and just play shows that way. And that's what I started doing on my own, but I was also in that other band. And then me and the dude in the other band started another band. That one was like a reggae band, so I had a lot of members. We had some horn people, like a horn section, which was really fun. And the drummer was like a jazz drummer. Like his dad actually studied jazz, which was dope. And his grandpa was like a Chicago jazz like historical figure in the jazz scene. So that was cool. I actually watched, not, his grandpa was dead, but I watched the drummer's dad play jazz at like a, I don't know, it was like a symposium almost. It was a weird thing. It was like at a, what do they call that? Like an amphitheater? No, it was like a, I guess it was an amphitheater. It was a weird thing. Like a convention center, but like, no. It was I don't know what the word is. But it was pretty big. It was in Kankakee, Illinois. It's a pretty big city. So the reggae band was a lot of fun. I'd do some singing. Oh, you know what? Actually, we had another singer at first, and then we ended up getting rid of him because we didn't really like his songs, and he kind of had his own thing going. So he started another band, which was good. He got to do his own thing that he was already doing, and we got to experiment. So everyone was kind of happy with that. It took a second, but I think he realized that he could do other things with another bassist and another drummer. And we didn't really want to play the songs anymore. They weren't bad songs, but we played a lot of shows, so we were just kind of sick of playing the same songs over and over again. So we wrote our own songs. We took turns singing, and it was just the three of us. And then we brought in another singer, so it was the four of us, and the other singer was doing hand drums too. So he wasn't just singing. We had everyone who was singing was playing instruments. So I was singing, doing turntables. The drummer was singing, playing drums. We had, actually, flashback, those pictures from the first talent show where we played Sliver, Territorial Pissings, and Damn It. My friend was wearing a shirt that said Shuttlecocks on it. The Shuttlecocks is a band, and the person who made that shirt was the singer of this next band I'm talking about. So he was playing the hand drums, right? Because he was in a reggae band back then, and then I was in a reggae band now, so he was still playing reggae. So I actually met one of my friends, like, idols back in, like, grade school. So he was really into bands that were local. So this band wasn't much older than we were, and I didn't even know that. It's interesting, right? So, a lot of fun with Jimmy K was his name. A lot of fun with Jimmy K, and we ended up finding so there was another band that the drummer was in previously, and so he had connections, and every once in a while those connections would drop in and hang out and jam with us and stuff, and it was fun. We got to meet them, and it would be a big party. Well, what happened was they met these connections. They were all musicians from the previous band. They weren't really jamming. They had met a Jamaican singer and was like, hey, we've got this Jamaican singer if you want to play with us, And so what happened was I got the boot, and the band got reformatted, and I ended up doing like graphic design for them, and like photography, and no, I don't think I did a little bit of photography. I don't think it got used. I definitely did graphic design and logo design for them though. It's basically like a groupie. They were fun guys. I loved going to their shows. Their parties were great. And me and Olson, who was the keyboardist, we still had our band that was going before this band still going. So I was still cool, and also gave me a chance to start doing more shows by myself, which was kind of my thing at the time. So we just kept going, and then they broke up. The Milton and the Haystones, they had some type of thing. I don't even know what happened. And I can't remember why they broke up. But around that same time, me, Militant, Eric, and some of the horn players started another band. We had the horn players playing percussion, which was weird, and then I was doing turntables, like just scratching. Milton was singing, and Olsen was playing the keyboards and some drums also, or some electronic drums, right? It was all electronic reggae weirdness. It was called the Armchairs Explorer Club. Excuse me, the Armchairs Explorer Club, and we only did one show before the guitarist left. Oh yeah, we had a guitarist. The guitarist was doing like reggae, really, really dubbed out reggae. Yeah, so we did the one show and it was fantastic. I remember I brought a girl that I was dating. That was pretty cool. I think she might have actually had to leave early, but it was cool, man. It was in like some bar that was a bowling alley in the north side of Chicago, and it was like northwest side of Chicago. It wasn't like in the north side. It was near the north side. Actually, maybe northeast. I don't know. It was somewhere north of downtown, but it wasn't quite out of all of that. I remember because I stopped in an area for my friend's art gallery that same day and showed my girlfriend the art gallery. So it was like a date, and then she got to see me playing band. But it wasn't long after that we broke up, unfortunately. But I think it was a good date. It was a good start to the relationship anyways. But yeah, the crowd exploded, and so the band that we were opening for, like, wanted to play earlier because there was a lot of people that were probably going to leave soon. So we ended up closing the set, but all of the people that were there to bowl and drink, and they didn't really care about the band. The band was doing this singing into the microphone and doing all these hand movements and stuff. It's really bad music though. No one was appreciating it. But then we got on stage and did this funky reggae electronic stuff, and everyone got up and just started dancing. It was insane. It was like a big slap in the previous band's face because all those people were still there. They just weren't paying attention to them. They were paying attention to us when we got on. It was great. Like, they were all, I don't know, we didn't bring anyone. I brought the girl that I was seeing, and I think whoever else had that too from our band maybe, but that's it. You know, it was just whoever was there. It was so cool. Probably the best show I've ever played. Definitely the most fun I've had on stage. There's short clips of it. We used that as a promotional video to sell, or not to sell, but to promote our album when we put it out. So we did put out an album. I think it's on Bandcamp, but I know it's on SoundCloud. For some reason, it's all one word though. SoundCloud. The Armchair Explorers Club is all one word. That's like really hard to search for. It's a terrible idea to do it that way. But that was me. That was my fault. I made that mistake. And it's SoundCloud. No one's gonna find it anyways. But yep. Eventually, after that band broke up, we kept playing the Dying Ethics, which was the electronica duo me and Olsen had. We kept cycling through different singers and stuff, which was kind of what we always did. And then I moved. Yeah, I just kind of moved, and I had a punk band too for a lot of those years. So I would have these jam sessions at my place where me and Frank would be there all the time, and then I would bring in other guitarists and singers and stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun, actually. We ended up calling ourselves Humanzy, which was actually Frank's friend's name. Someone else came up with it, I guess, but we were stealing it or something. We thought it was great that it fit the music or whatever. And we just recorded and recorded and recorded. You know, we were miking the room, but we were doing a better job than just hanging the mic, right? We had a mic on the drums sometimes, or a mic in the middle of the room. We were miking different parts of the room. We were getting more than one recording of the recording, so we could throw a mix on it at least. But they're still not very usable. But I have them. In fact, I used to just throw them on for streams because they would be like 45-minute long jams, and there's like hundreds of them, probably like 100 of them at that length. Yeah, because it took days, no, weeks to get them all off. Probably like a whole month to get them all off the hard drive that they're on. It was this old Boss like recorder, and it was really slow. And eventually Frank got a better recorder that had dual condenser mics on it. That one had good recordings, but that was right before I moved. And also like right around the time that we had actually finally wrote the song. Because this whole time we had like one song that we didn't really like, that we didn't really have. Like, we made fun of it. It was called Interstate Wasteland. Interstate Wasteland. That was like the whole song. But I wrote a song for them. It was called Wait to Wait. Oh, wait. I still play it on stream every once in a while. Because I ended up making recordings of it myself and stuff. Because we never actually fleshed it out as a band. I ended up moving away. My plan was that I could continue making music with Eric, but me and Eric actually had a falling out shortly after I moved out here. I was doing graphic design work, you know. Honestly, I've always have been ever since school, so he actually came to me with the job and said, like, hey man, could you do graphic design? I'm working for this famous singer. She's like a actress who is a singing career. We're starting her singing career, so naturally record label's like, yeah, let's do a vinyl, right? So she's like, yeah, let's do a vinyl, and Olsen's like, yeah, let's do a vinyl. So he said, I'll get my friend to design it. Apparently he wanted me to do it for free or something, because, well, he only paid me 50 out of the 100, so it's a weird thing. But I only got half of what I was asking for on that job. But I did make the album design for the label on the record. The reason why I would charge so much for that is because Olsen just took forever, like, making it perfect, right? I mean, it's perfect in the end, but there was so many different comps. It took me like over a whole day to do it. It was like 2 days of going over these things. Which is just not a good way to work as a designer, even if it is your friends. So it's probably not a good idea to work for your friends, to be honest. But that was the end of that. And I still do a few mixes now and then, but nothing real. I did put out an EP that I had actually started back in like 2015, and then another EP as a different pseudonym. So I'm really not trying to go anywhere with a brand or anything like that. I just like making music, and sometimes I have to put it out there somewhere. Because sometimes I meet other musicians and I say, oh, you make music? You want to see? Can I hear it? You know, and those are the people I play it for. That's about it. Also, it'd be cool to start a band out here, actually. I don't really know that many people. Yeah, I don't really know anyone. One dude I know from Twitter, who, I've never met before. We actually were talking about meeting at one point because we're in the same area. But I don't know. We'd probably make a good band. I think I've never heard him play, so I don't know. But judging by his musical taste, we both like Gary Newman and some metal, so and like grunge and all that 90s stuff. So, oh, and the Meat Puppets. We're both huge Meat Puppet fans. So if I was gonna start a band with someone, he's probably the only person I know that would be fun to at least jam with. But yeah, I did mention to him that we should get a jam together, and he sounded excited. So that would be cool to do. I mean, I don't really plan on getting vaccinated though, so might be a problem there. Some people are like, "Oh, I can't hang out with people that aren't vaccinated." So, okay. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's what I say. Oh, hey, Easy Perps here. How long you been here, man? I'm so bad at looking at the chat. I looked down at Stream Elements and saw Aerith there, and I was like, oh, there's someone else in the chat. I'm so bad at the chat. I should just pay more attention to it. Looks like he already left. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Oh no, this looks like 2 viewers on here. Word. Oh, hey, there you are. Cool, man. I'm glad that you're chilling. Sorry that I was not super responsive. But yeah, man, this animation is coming together. I'll hit play for you here. Yeah, so I added more to the smoke on the top layer there, which I haven't finished yet. I finished up some lava in the background. Oh, it looks like there's an issue there. Oh no, I think I broke something. Could be a lot more lava than that. Oh no! That was a long time ago. I think I saved over it. Well, I guess I've got to backtrack on some lava. Wow, that really sucks. That lava took a long time to make. You know what I could do? I don't know if I could do this. I'm gonna try something. What if I import a GIF? Looks like the end of the world. Yeah, no, it's turning the planet into a power plant. That's the plan with this. I'm gonna try to open the last GIF I made and see if I can extract frames from it, or parts of frames. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh, I downloaded a theme, I believe. Let me I'm not really sure how I did. I want to say it's in preferences. Theme. Yeah. This fan theme So you can go to download themes, and it opens up a GitHub, and this is the one that I grabbed. This one looks kind of cool too. Here's a minimal dark one. That one's got yellow. So yeah, take a look. This one's purple. This one might suit you. Being an easy perp. But yeah, you know, check that out. Yeah, I love having dark mode on the audio stuff I'm using. I have a custom skins on that as well. Alright, so I can actually steal the lava from these frames, so that's awesome. Did you know you could drop GIFs into Aseprite and just take frames? Or like examine GIFs if you wanted to? Wait, there's no lava on this one either. Oh wow. You know, I'm starting to wonder if it's just a aha, yeah, the ground lava is turned off. Wow, so the last GIF I posted didn't even have all the lava. There's the lava. But it's coming together. I like the new smoke. You saw the lava? Yeah. There's a lot more lava on the ground there, and then it gets kind of splashed away. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just making these darks on the clouds here. I finished them all on this one, but not on the rest of them, so that's where I'm at now. It's been a strange day for me. I woke up at 9 o'clock. Looks like the sun's finally coming up. I woke up at like 9 p.m. which is crazy, but my sleep schedule is just completely backwards now. Oh hey, how's the audio sound? I should ask that anytime anyone jumps in here. Is the background music too loud, or is my voice too loud, or is anything awry in the audio? You're saying it skips a tad, but it might be you. So this stream is skipping. Yeah, it's probably the the music is blazing. That music is blazing. Yeah, it's just what's this pretzel? Was it your idea about pretzel? Someone in the stream was like, you should check out pretzel. So that's what I've been using lately. I got kind of bored of my own music. I was like, I love my own music, but you can't play it every day over and over again. It just gets old. But not you. You know, this group I'm not a huge fan of. Some of these songs are okay. But the chiptune station is like, some songs are great and other songs are like, nah. So like this guy's not bad, but some of the songs are hit or miss because they're obviously for games, so it depends on that vibe, you know? But I love chiptunes, so it's, you know, all that square wave, triangle wave, pulse wave, compressed drums. Gotta love it. But yeah, if it was stuttering, it's probably just buffering on your end. You could probably change the quality. So that way, you know, because if it's all buffering and stuff, you're probably gonna miss what I'm saying or whatever. But I mean, it's all good. But 90, almost there. Oh, wait, did I already do 91? I didn't realize I did 91. Somehow I did 9. I didn't do 90, but I did 91. But yeah, my sleep schedule's been strange, but I'm alright with that. I feel like I'm more productive this way. I just feel bad because like I don't want to be too loud to my neighbors and stuff, you know. And then also, it's like really hard to sleep sometimes when they're doing like construction and shit. So, but what are you gonna do? Can't believe I've already been on this stream for an hour and a half. Just flying by. The last stream was going slow because I was hungry. Oh. Yep. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of chiptune, trying to get inspiration for the soundtrack for my game. Definitely trying to keep like an old school vibe. But you know, it's hard to just, at least for me, it's hard to just like write a song for something else and just have it work. I end up having to make like a lot of different attempts and then choosing the best one. And I think some people, I'm not the only person to do it that way, but sometimes it's like really hard. Sometimes I get real close and I get like attached, even though it's probably not going to work, or I have to make really big adjustments to make it work. Like I've got this one track right now that I've spent like 3 or 4 days on and off, you know, just a couple hours here, a couple hours there. But I can't get it to like groove just right. It just has this one groove that's great, and I can't get the rest to wrap around it and like work. So I'll probably end up just holding on to that or going back to it every once in a while. I don't know. I have tracks like that never get finished, so who knows. But I might move on to something that's simpler. Start with a more traditional route of writing a song rather than experimenting until you get something really cool and wrapping everything around it. Kind of a non-productive way to write music. As fun as that is. I think mostly the temptation is from the new instrument that I got because I'm still learning it, and it's like a lot of fun. It's so much fun. So I just like get in this groove of like experimenting, and I'm like, oh, I really like that. And I'm like, oh, how do I make that work? I don't know. I'd love to spend more time composing, to be honest. I always use the gradient tool and forget to use paint brush. Yeah. Not far now. Been a pretty productive day working on this. Or morning, I guess. Of course, when I'm sleeping for 8 hours in the middle of the day, it's gonna be not as productive, but that's alright. Actually, before I sleep, I think I might have to run to the grocery store and, like, take care of some life things while things are open. Otherwise, I'll wake up and things will be closed again. So. Maybe get a jump on my laundry. Did it again. This is very much not chiptune sounding right now, at least. But, you know, got game controllers on the album cover, so I'll give it a chance. Kind of chill vibe, but it's pretty far from chiptune right now. Yeah, I can't wait to be done with this piece, to be honest. Taking a long time. I still like it. I mean, it's not like I don't like it, but I think people are getting sick of it. You know, seeing it and it's not done, seeing it and it's not done. But honestly, it's not about them, so whatever. But it is nice to have things that people want to see. So part of me wants to start a new one, but other part of me wants to get this out. And those parts of me are like fighting internally. But by getting this done, I'm kind of appeasing both of them. Because the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can start another piece. Oh no. But yeah, I'm really gonna kind of limit all of the cutscenes because they take so long to make. I'm probably not gonna make them all until the game's like ready to be released. Like I'll make the stuff that I need for the trailer so it looks good, and then the stuff that it really needs for the like final release, I'll hold off on. I'm gonna grab some more water. It's just step away for 1 second. Alright, got my water. Alright, that frame looks done. What are we at? 99? Cool. There's only 8 left. Oh, I hear doors slamming, so other people are waking up. Anyone who's got to wake up this early for work is gonna slam their car door. That's just the way it is. Or the door to the entrance of their home even. Take the whole building. I never quite understood that, but the way neighbors are. Alright, another frame down. Oh, always just like that. I always just like that. I don't know. Brain just can't function. Oh, that's not right. Next frame. I don't know how this got classified as chiptune. Hey. Oh my god, more Christmas music? Come on. Alright, well I think that takes care of those layers. I do want to fix some things. This layer. fixes that. Now there's all this lava over here. Is that ground lava? There is. Oh, maybe not. Explosion? This doesn't look that bad. Let's take a look. Well, can't think of anything. You know, there's one spot right in the middle, right here, that bothers me. The 1 or 2 frames. Three frames. I don't like that. I think it's called wall break. I remember because it sounds like a city. Wall break. Should fix that. What am I on that layer for? What's it's doing now? What the fuck happened? Something broke. That was weird. Seems to be normal now. But alright, I think that fixes that. These purple things in the background, I don't know. You just need to erase some of it. But it needs to be there for some of it or something. I don't know what's going on. Where the hell is that thing? Oh, wall foreground is turned off. That's the real foreground. Zero crap now. Wall smoke? Yes. Oh. Hitting those 2 pixels. I'll have to go back. Oh, I didn't see you there. Cool, man. No problem. Yeah, running to the store, no problem. Lurking, that's cool, man. Totally appreciate it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up ending the stream before long, actually. Just kind of getting this to a point where I can post it. Let's get 30. I think it might be to that point. Like, I know it's not perfect, there's a lot of issues with it still, but postable, I think. Alright. I'm gonna save it. Don't forget to save. Thank you. Yep, gotta save it. Always save. 100%. For sure. This takes forever to save though. It's such a big file. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna export it. Then I think I'm gonna play some video games. Haven't really done that yet today. 31. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have a capture card. Otherwise, I would stream Switch, probably. I mean, I have some games on PC that I could stream, but I don't know. I don't have a good PC controller. I need to get a Xbox controller, I think. My cheap PS3 controller is starting to bite the dust. One of the analog joysticks is sticking when you push it in one direction. That's never good. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks so much for hanging out, Easy Pro. Really appreciate it. It's been a couple hours though, and I did stream a couple hours prior. So, I don't know. Thanks again. I've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Wow, that's a lot of messages. Thanks to that bot for giving me all those messages. Yeah, I'm gonna go have fun. Have a good one, man. Take care. Get some good groceries. Yeah, enjoy your day, man. Peace. Leaving.